Right, let's talk about some royal news, shall we? Because Prince William and Prince Harry have made the Sun front page this morning with reports that they actually reunited yesterday at their uncle's funeral. Let's get the inside track on this with royal editor Russell Myers, who joins me. A very good morning to you. Was it a surprise to you that Harry had flown over for this funeral?
Well, I'm not too sure a surprise. I mean, good morning, Ranveer, first of all. But, I mean, it is, quite a turn-up for the books, I think. Most people were expecting Harry to travel over to the UK for the funeral of his late uncle, Lord Robert Fellowes, who was previously married to their mother's sister, Lady Jane Fellowes. And, of course, Harry and William were very, very close to that side of the family. But I think, in the same week that the Gallagher brothers have been getting Oasis back together, their headlines are all about the other warring brothers being reunited. However, I'm told that they weren't speaking, they were sitting separately, so I'm not too sure that this will be a reunion for the ages just yet.
No. When were they actually last seen together in public?
Well, you have to go right the way back to the King's coronation, where they were sitting, so far apart you could barely get them in the same photo frame. And then before that, they sort of put on a show of unity at the late Queen's funeral. And it tells you sort of the fractiousness of their relationship, because they had not spoken since then. And certainly, I think that William doesn't want anything to do with Harry. He's sort of been trashing his family from his Montecito mansion. And, the relationship is very, very fractured still.
Yeah, well, yesterday we were talking about how at the Venice Film Festival, the organisers are making sure that Brad and Angelina, their paths don't cross at this, this event, so they're all kept apart. But what happens with William and Harry when they're both perhaps due to be in New York soon? And, do you think there is always a thought in the mind, like, let's make sure that they're not in proximity, do you think? Do you think it's that... that brutal, might I say?
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, when the brothers do get together, of course, there was the Duke of Westminster's wedding not so long ago that Harry was sort of asked to step aside from because Prince William was a groomsman. And I think, this is on the minds of not only their friends, but also the people who are working in the palace. Prince Harry is going to be in New York next month for the UN General Assembly. It's Climate Week as well. William was due to be in New York at the same time for the Earthshot Prize event, and I can reveal that he's actually not going to go. People at the palace are saying that it wasn't part of his diary, but this sort of diary clashes get people speaking a lot.
That's interesting, because I thought that was his big, his big prize.
He will be going. He will be going to Cape Town in November. That is the big Earthshot Prize event. This is sort of a seminar beforehand in New York. But
I see.
Listen, of course, people are speaking about whether they would be in the same city. I mean, they couldn't even speak together in the same room yesterday. So I think that sort of been struck off the cards.
Is it helpful at all, do you think, to their relationship that Prince Harry, I think, has made it clear that he's not going to be updating Spare?
Well, I think that's a huge sigh of relief from anyone, both inside and outside the palace, because, this book absolutely set the world alight. 6 million copies sold, and people trashed all throughout the family. So I think it's a good thing for all parties that Harry won't be speaking anymore about that.
Really good to have your insight on that this morning, that front page story, but we have you, which is better. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
have a lovely weekend. Thanks, Russell.